What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Golden Boot Podcast. What's up? Hey, I am one of your hosts tonight, George Hancock. I'm joined by none other than Propellerhead in Snow Heaven, Vandy Chris, and soon to be in Snow Heaven, Cody Slavinsky, aka Brian Kelly's Cowboy, soon to be Jay Johnson's, because it's getting that time, right?
It is.
He's a rookie. He ain't going to get as much snow as I got.
No, not at all.
I mean, hey, you know, might be a rookie. I got about 3 inches. I got to let's kick this thing off.
Wait,
we got to talk about the weather. What is that? 1 month? Oh my goodness! Can you believe it's
That's
only
gonna
1
pop
month
up at
away?
random. I'm gonna have fun with that one.
Well, hello, Adeline. Welcome to the show tonight. Glad to have you.
Yeah. Hi. I love podcast night, she says. That's great. Oh, look at here. Charlie Sinclair. Harbaugh to the Chargers, a lock? When is it getting announced? Hey, Charlie, that's a good question. We are going to talk about that tonight. He did have an interview. We know that for sure. We're going to give our thoughts on that a little later. TJ says, what's up, Golden Boot? TJ, good to have you, buddy. TJ in the house.
Hey,
congratulations on your incredible article, sir.
Hey,
incredible
article. With TJ, since he's watching it, TJ, if you would like to come on the show tonight and talk about your article, we would love to have you come on for the segment, for real.
Absolutely.
Yes,
so
sir.
if you are free tonight,
absolutely.
If not, no worries. But if you're free, please, by all means. I mean, if there's anyone that's in the middle of the situation,
I know, right? I know it. Hey, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Y'all know why I'm excited? Because NFL playoffs. Hey, listen, NFL playoffs for this weekend, and I was a very excited individual. Gophers can finally rest. Please go to Chargers, Alexander says. All right. Hey, Alex, appreciate you joining us, man.
Yes, welcome, Alex. Welcome.
Brand spanking new to college football Dogs. Awesome to have you, Alex. Awesome to have you. We're very excited to kick this thing off. Guys, it's cold. Okay. I'm wearing a hoodie for probably the first time that I have worn it all year long in my office. Okay. Go ahead, Chris. What were you going to say?
So I just wanted to address this one comment that the Gophers can finally rest.
Yeah.
Not so fast, sir, because I have a prediction you're going to want to pay attention to later on.
Oh, Lord. This is, if you haven't already met Chris, he is the epitome of buzzkill. If you absolutely have and you're juiced up about something, he's going to play devil's advocate and tell you why you're wrong. Okay?
Yeah,
that's just how it is. That's how it is. I can't have my moment.
Somebody has to, right?
I can't have my moment. Cody can't have his. It is what it is. But yeah, guys, it's cold. It's really freaking cold here. Let's see. 2 days ago, it was -6. -6 here in Missouri. I'm about 2.5 hours from Kansas City. -6, and the wind chill was real close to 30 below. And I had to go out and feed a horse in that weather because, you know, we stupid have horses. It sucked. Felt like I was gonna die. I felt like I was gonna turn into George Sickle, like out there just in the yard as a yard owner.
But I bet your allergies are saying thank you for going out in that cold air.
Yep. Well, if my nose hairs weren't trying to freeze.
That's what people don't understand about the cold air is they actually are good for allergies and good for critter control.
Breaking news.
PJ Fleck to Michigan.
Hires Vanderbilt's Justin Lustig as new special teams coordinator.
Yes,
hey.
I saw that right before we came on live. I saw that.
Matt Hicks says, hello.
What's up, fella?
What's going on?
I will say this. I'm not ready. I'm not sure if he's ready for that role.
Don't do that. Not funny. I need my flex. That's what Alex said. Oh man, yo fam. I know, Matt. Good to have you, man. Great. Whenever you get on, I know you're like, I don't know, friends with this yakko down here in the bottom, but we're glad to have you anyway. So,
yeah. Man,
okay, so snow. I know, and I'm surprised nobody has said anything about my Christmas tree being on. Does people still have Christmas trees in their house?
I actually said something. Okay. I said something to Leah about it when you'd stepped away before the show. I said, "Leah, look, he still got his Christmas tree," and she looked at me. She's like, "I was like, I know, what a loser, right?" She's like,
"I know, what a loser, golly." Hey,
so
until I get my nice neon background and stuff, then that's what's. It's not going to be there that long. Go ahead, Chris. What?
So I went to see the daughter and my grandson on Saturday. He had his youth basketball game. 7 steals, 3 turnovers, 0 for 6 shooting. The kid played okay, but he's got to learn how to shoot on a 10-foot goal.
Yeah.
Well, he practices with a JV squad at junior high.
Okay.
And he's shooting on a 10-foot goal, and they play on an 8-foot goal. But to get back to what I was saying, my daughter still has her tree up.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. Oh, man. Well, TJ says we took ours down past this weekend, or this past weekend. And then Matt said, LOL, I still got mine up. See, I'm not the only one. I ain't the only one.
Yeah. Our stock
real men keep the Christmas trees up until February. Put it down.
Sure.
I could just turn this tree. Listen, hang on. I could just turn this tree into a Valentine's tree. That's something people do.
Please do that. And every holiday you have that theme for your tree. That'd be awesome.
No. I saw that. Sarah was telling me about that going through freaking Hobby Lobby one night, and I was like, why are there these weird Christmas decorations? She goes, those aren't Christmas decorations. I said, what are you talking about? I said, people decorate their trees for each holiday. I said, it's called a Christmas tree. It's not called a Valentine's tree. God, it's not called an Easter tree. What are you doing? Dom, sup guys? Love to see Pittsburgh ousted already. Not a Bills fan, just a Pitt hater. Hey.
Oh, there may be some drama coming from that game too. We'll talk about
bad
that
blood
later.
There. TJ's about to post up. Wrong. The one in my basement has been down for 2 weeks. Haha. The family tree in the living room just got taken down this weekend. All right.
So George, I have
ours was out of the house 3 days after. Go ahead. Yeah.
Turn it into an Arkansas sports tree. Like you could put basketball decorations on it now, and then when baseball kicks off in 30 days, you can turn it into a baseball tree. Yeah, do that.
That sounds like a lot of work.
That's going to be a very depressing tree.
That's going to be.
I've been let down by this Arkansas team at this time.
Okay, let's see. Can somebody get me an ornament made of the dropped foul ball? I will put that on the tree. I'll put it on the tree. I will put it on the tree.
Done.
As the closest Arkansas sports has got. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
The closest that Arkansas sports has gotten to a national championship in a decade is the dropped foul ball. I'm okay with that now. The trauma is over. I'm good with it. I will put it on my tree. Somebody get me that. I'll put it on my tree.
Hey, LSU got a championship the other day, by the way. We won the women's hip hop dance.
Piss on the Bills and then Steelers haters. There you go. Sydney says, "Go
Mike
the
Tiger didn't." Mike the Tiger didn't beat the Auburn Tiger for mascot of the year. Come on, man.
We felt bad for him.
What's the score in the Philly game right now? We ain't even got there yet. Hadn't even been there. Hadn't even looked yet.
It's still 16-9. Eagles have the ball with about 25 seconds left.
The Eagles are they in a 5-game losing streak? I think. Is it a 5-game losing streak? They were 11-1, and I think they lost 5 in a row.
5
in a row. before
you
the
want
play.
the
That's
number
nuts,
one reason?
man. It's nuts.
Do you want the number one reason?
Might hurt you.
What?
I'm so thankful this dude is not a member of the Tennessee Titans anymore, but A.J. Brown is currently acting like another Brown, Antonio.
Yeah. I mean, hey. Well, I'm freezing in here. I don't have my heater. My heater about burnt my whole house down today. I had a little bitty, teeny tiny little mini heater. I know.
The best college baseball uniforms in the business. I got my replica.
I see.
Yeah, I'm cold too. It's 38 degrees.
Literally, yeah. It is 5. It is 5 degrees outside right now.
That's
okay.
That's okay, Cody. You can laugh about all that all you want because you're getting the ice.
I know. Yeah. Sucks.
No, he said he's getting snow first, so we'll see.
Well, I don't know what's happening.
No, I'm sitting here.
I sent y'all to now it's changed. So.
Oh my gosh, can I tell my story? Golly, story? I'm gonna strangle both of y'all. It's okay. I'm sitting here and I'm like working. I'm gonna slap you. I was sitting here. I was like messing on the computer or whatever, and I hear this crackle. I'm like, what is happening? And I smell. I'm like, what is that? And that thing started smoking and sparking. It was a little like $25 heater from Lowe's. Man, I unplugged that thing and tossed it out in the snow as quick as I could. I was like, woo! Ain't gonna burn down no house today. Oh my goodness. All right.
Steelers,
well,
right?
It's cold. Yeah, the Steelers.
After that post-game interview. Wow.
Yeah, before I know, and I saw it. Before we get in the NFL, we got I want to show y'all something tonight. I want to show y'all something.
Golly. They already hired somebody, man. Yeah, some guy named Dober. Wait a minute. Dub. I mean, I at least thought they'd give me a chance. Can you imagine what we would do with Milrow? I mean, scheme flows upward, dude. I mean, can't you see him running the waggle? Golly, he would eat the SEC up. But that's fine. They had to go hide the bear. Yeah, I mean, you would think with a JV offense that's led the county in scoring for 3 years that they would have at least listened. I mean, you think about it, Coach. Every quarterback we've sent them on the varsity level has had we ain't pronated throwing the football a time until we got here. We ain't kicked an extra point in 3 years, Coach. Yeah, we'd have had a 2-point play. I mean, our whole offense is 2-point plays. Everything we do. I mean, good luck, Jesse Manor, trying to stop that backside Georgia verse, but whatever. I guess they forgot that I was camper of the year at Saban's Camp in 2012, too. I guess that don't matter. Now, if we could teach the superintendent's son to skip pull, imagine what we can do with all them 5 stars. That's right. 4-4 cover 0, baby. I dare you to throw it. Hold on. He ain't hired his coordinator yet. Update this resume real quick.
Golly. That's just nuts.
Okay,
let's talk coaches. Let's talk coaching for a minute here because there was some breaking news, I believe, yesterday. Jeff Fish is going to take over for Washington, for Kalen DeBoer at Washington as he took over for Alabama, which God help the man. Anybody who comes up, behind Nick Saban, I don't know. You better have your sauce ready to go and your gumbo is all I got to say. Because man alive, that is a tall task. But I mean, we'll see. Jeff Fish hired at Washington. I know he's going to bring in his own. How do you guys think? You guys think that's a good hire for Washington?
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. Fish was doing a lot with nothing at Arizona, and I mean Arizona's hurting for money right now. They're just in a very bad spot. I mean. And then this opportunity comes up. Washington's final money. They got tons of talent. Oh, my God. It's Tony Thomas. Missed this guy.
Tony Thomas is in the house.
Tony.
Oh, love the comment, too.
Hey, Tony, we're going to talk about that. Boy, do I have some stuff. Oh, man. Go ahead. Coach.
But, I think Fish is going to do well. The funny thing is, though, is that Washington and Arizona both have had issues with the way their coaches have left. And that's just it's weird to me. So I think they said the Arizona team meeting lasted about 3 minutes.
Yep.
Which is, which I mean, I guess I kind of get it. You're just making an announcement, and then whatever your individual conversations are, that's what they are. Because let's be real, if he's going to Washington, odds are he's probably reaching out to a few of his players. So.
Right. Exactly.
Because I mean, even with the transport portal closed. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Him and McMillan. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But see, with the portal,
absolutely.
Yeah. I agree with TJ. Yeah. But
but if the reports are true about that meeting, do those players really want to follow him?
Depends.
I mean, let's be real.
Well said. Well said.
George, you're just
well
said.
Oh, you just wait.
But I mean,
go ahead.
The crazy thing though is like with the portal though, even though it's closed, it's technically wide open for teams that lose their their coaches. So
right,
and we're not done yet.
No, we're not. No, we're just getting into the the early stages of it.
And poor Michigan, man, win a national championship. Odds are you're losing your coach. Everybody's declared.
Yeah.
Michigan's never
Harbaugh,
really been like an elite recruiting team. They've always finished kind of It's going to be a bad year next year.
Well, let's see. So Michigan, we have the upcoming results of the allegations. We have JJ McCarthy entering the portal with his 60 yards in the championship game, by the way. Or not entering the portal, entering in the draft.
The draft.
He declared for the draft with 66 yards in the I know he did better, but I just thought it was funny how Washington let them run 300 yards on them, and he threw 66 yards the whole game. He didn't have to do nothing. He just had to show up.
I'll tell you who he reminds me of. Trent Dilfer. He's a game manager.
Yeah.
He's a game manager. You don't need him to throw for a lot. Manage the game. Don't hurt your team.
He's projected as a first rounder, though.
Well, and then the biggest news that everybody's talking about is Harbaugh had an interview, which College Football Dawg correctly predicted that they were he was gonna interview with the San Diego Chargers. It happened. They just they actually tweeted it out. Just got finished with an interview with Jim Harbaugh. It is official. So I would expect I believe that's the only team he's interviewed with that we know of in the NFL. I would expect them to announce that very soon. Word is he was already looking at property in San Diego. Doesn't surprise me at all. He's been wanting to get in the NFL for a while. And I think even if Michigan didn't do anything wrong, throw everything out, throw out that they're innocent, not innocent, whatever. I don't think he wants to deal with the impending onslaught of drama that comes with all of that. Whether or not it's true or not, doesn't care. You're going to have to answer for everything regardless. And he's like, I'm out. So Bill Belichick interviewed with the Falcons per Nicole Auerbach. So there you go. I hope I said her name right. I have no idea how to say her name right.
I don't.
That's the thing. I don't know. The Falcons need help. That's not to me. That is not the job for Bill Belichick. But I mean, sure. Think
about it. You got a high draft pick. You've already got your running back of the future. You've got a solid backup.
Oh yeah, you got Bijan Robinson. That's true. Defense
That's an attractive job.
Yeah, it is. Good city.
Defense isn't terrible. If they had, I'll put it to you this way: if they had better coaching, they may have won their division this year.
For sure.
Coaching was their problem. They had the talent. They had the players that was in place. Desmond Ridder did not play terrible. He just wasn't coached right. And so, I mean, we'll see.
And even if they go quarterback in the draft, Ridder's still a solid backup, and you can get something for him in the trade. I mean,
Bill would be a good coach at Navy. Yeah. I did say it right. Nicole Auerbach. That's exactly how I said.
Yep.
There you go. All right, good. Thank you. Oh,
and
I'm not
hear
even
me
there
out.
yet.
Okay, hear me out on that one. The talk all day
we're
is
not
that
there yet.
well, it's being brought up. You have to address it. The
Go
talk
ahead.
all day,
Sure, whatever. Go ahead.
is that Jerry Jones is going to dump McCarthy.
Oh, for sure.
And everybody has been saying there's two names associated with that job: Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel.
Yeah,
I think Mike Vrabel would do a really, really good job at Dallas. That offense is elite.
Yeah. Vrabel would be good there, I think.
Pete Carroll would do good there.
Yeah, yes, Tony, thank you for calling me out. Yes, it's a Christmas tree in the background. We already had that discussion before you come in here, sir. But no, I'm just
he's
kidding.
turning that. He's going to turn it into an Arkansas sports tree.
I'm not doing that. It is coming
Yes,
down soon. It's just I don't like the whole rigmarole of tearing down crap. I hate it. We still have ours in the living room.
You have been outvoted 2-1. That will be an Arkansas sports tree.
It's true.
Whatever. All right. Well, somebody needs to supply me with Arkansas ornaments, and it will be. I'll be all for it.
Hey! Need I remind you? I still have my Arkansas Christmas lights that I haven't said.
You better bring them. You better bring them. You better bring them.
That's your wedding present.
Sarah said, "Sorry, Tony, haven't gotten to taking it down yet." Sarah, they're not going to let me. They want me to use it as an Arkansas sports tree, and they're going to get me. Hang on. They're going to get me a daggum ornament with that is from the dropped foul ball. So closest that Arkansas has ever been to a national championship in 20 years. So no, there's not a squirrel in that tree. My name is not Clark W. Griswold. Okay.
Arkansas fans don't do squirrels. They catch coons with their bare hands.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Or they have a possum and make them give up a huge lead.
Man. Yeah. Well, you know.
And the rally coon didn't even work, by the way.
Yeah. We're 30 minutes in this program here. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll get into some playoff football. This is the Golden Boot Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing in a new roommate to save money, is that the plan?
Well, we gotta find some way to save, so say hi to Glenn from work.
Hey, that's my mom.
Yeah, I think I have a much better plan. We switched to my plan from Verizon for just $25 per line.
And that price is guaranteed for 3 years.
All on the network we can count on.
It's a good plan.
It is a good plan. Glenn, looks like we're not gonna be needing you, so I'll see you at work.
Oh, later, Mom.
Save big with my plan, starting at just $25 when you bring your own phones. Guaranteed for 3 years. It's your Verizon.
Yo, what's going on? This is Jacob Hester, former LSU running back, here to tell you about a brand new college football podcast, the Golden Boot Podcast. Give it a listen, give it a try, give it a follow. They're going to work hard to be your new favorite podcast.
You're listening to the Golden Boot Podcast. Stay golden.
All right, this week on the Gridiron, sponsored by Verizon. Let's get into this thing. It is playoff football weather. The Bill. I'm not gonna talk about the game you think I'm gonna talk about first. The Bills just played The Steelers today, the Steelers just didn't have the quarterback to combat the Bills. They fall 31-17 to the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. But the big story to me, they had to push this game back from Sunday, right? They had that big blizzard come through. The conditions were terrible. I don't have that video, but there was literally a video from the field. Looks like Armageddon out there. Snowmageddon. It was awful. But I remember seeing there was a story where they paid Bills fans $20 an hour and a sandwich to go out there and shovel. And what's crazy is
the kicker to that option was
what?
You could take your breaks in a heated area.
Yeah,
that was
because it was still single-digit temperatures. It was horrible wind chill. And they had to shovel like 3 feet of snow that first day to even get it even halfway decent. And then guess what? Another 24 inches dumped the very next day. So this morning at 10:55, somebody went live from the stadium, and it looked like it hadn't even been touched. Looked like it literally, they called an emergency meeting, had everybody come back out there, had to shovel it again. The field had to be redozed, a whole 9 yards. Okay. Cody, put up the finger. That means I'll be right back.
No comment.
Fine. I don't care. Yeah, I don't know. That's scary. I don't know what that means. But anyway, that they had to reshovel it today and barely had it done before the game. That was the biggest thing. I figured the Bills would take this one. Sorry, TJ. I figured the Bills would be I don't know.
Just ruined
little
it,
inside joke happening. You did. You really did. I figured the Bills would take this one just because, the Steelers got in, yes, but they've been struggling with the quarterback. I know, TJ, boo. I know. But you have to admit.
So there's a bigger story to this game, though.
Okay, go ahead, Chris. You know more than I do. Go right ahead.
So the post-game interview with Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
It sounded like everybody was done questioning, and the person saying, is there anybody else? Is there anybody else? Like he knew something was up. And a female reporter started asking the question, Mike, you have 1 year left on your, and he cut her off and just walked off. Didn't even let her finish the question.
Right.
No response. Wow. Just turned and walked off. Is Mike Tomlin done in Pittsburgh?
Yeah. That's a great question. It's either he is or he just flat out just didn't want to answer the question. I don't know. We'll see. TJ says our team was not a team that should have made the playoffs. I'll absolutely admit that. Yeah. I mean, it was just not yet. Not yet. I figured the Cowboys would win. Just kidding. Go Packers. Thank you. We'll get to that in a minute. There have been rumors here in Pittsburgh that the Steelers are looking into trading Tomlin to the Commanders. Lord have mercy. Trading coaches doesn't happen very often, but that's an interesting deal. It does happen.
If you do that, you have to know who you're getting before you make that move.
Yeah, right. There he is.
It started snowing.
You had to
I had to get this one to go out there.
See, if you didn't know, Cody is in the deep South in Alabama, and it don't snow too often down there.
No.
So,
and this little
almost in Louisiana. You're not in Louisiana.
I wish. Nah, this little one. She's been ready. Man. So her school got closed for tomorrow, so
yeah,
that's why she's still up at 9 o'clock. All right, you going back to bed?
I feel you there.
Love you, kiddo.
I feel you there.
Good night.
Good night. See, this is not a professional show, but we're, hey, we all got families. We're a couple dudes. Yeah, it's all about the family. Otherwise, why would we do this? It's just 3 dudes talking football anyway. I mean, I don't care.
Yep.
Teach your kids to love it with you. That's the way I look at it. Alex says if we get back-to-back seasons of coach trades.
Oh yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, it's weird. Shovel off the snow
is he a
at
Commanders
Buffalo.
fan?
No, he said go Pack go. I don't know if are you a Packers fan, Alex? Please say yes, because that means I have even more Packers fans than I know. Because the other Alex is a Packers fan.
Did y'all? And y'all may have said it when I was up, but did y'all see the video today of the Steelers fans walking into the Bill Stadium, where they're having to walk down the aisles of the seats, and it was like waist high snow, and they're just having to kick through it to get to their seats?
Yes,
dude, that was so fun.
Oh, get me out of here!
Okay,
Dead go,
man.
This is getting. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to get. A new Discord channel is gonna have to happen. I'm telling you, there's too many of us. We are.
Look, I'm not
too many.
But I'm an ally. So
he's an outlier. Yeah.
Raider Nation.
I've convinced Cody that Green Bay is the team.
Tighten up.
He is a Raider. But to be
fair though, I've loved the Packers though.
Yeah, he's a Titans fan. So.
Matter of fact, let me make that clear. Tighten up, and when the Saints go marching in.
Sarah says, "Go Pack, go." Yeah, it is interesting if Mike Tomlin leaves the Steelers. Who the heck is Pittsburgh going to bring in if they don't trade? Yeah, if they don't trade for a coach, who do they bring in to replace Tomlin? Like when I think of Steelers, I think Mike Tomlin.
They better know.
How do I get that out of my head? Yeah.
Yeah,
that's just
they need
wild.
To do something. They need to do something like the Patriots did, getting Gerard Mayo. I mean, get former players.
Yeah,
I like the idea of that because they relate to these athletes much better than these coaches do. And it's no offense to any of the coaches.
There says
great, but
things are not going great for the Eagles currently. Yeah, it's 16-9. Although they did stop the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers had the ball to begin the third, so the Eagles have the ball. With 11:23 left in the third, my computer glitched for.
Let me just tell you, if the Buccaneers win tonight, Tim Bailey is probably going to do a backflip for Baker Mayfield.
God, the Buccaneers, if they win tonight, it's all on the Eagles. The Eagles have lost 5 straight games. This would be their 6th, and Nick Sirianni, the coach of the Eagles, has got some major answering to do if that happens. Major. I mean, you have Jalen Hurts. This team was on fire early in the season, and then all of a sudden they crashed and burned like
you have
the Hindenburg.
You have a broken locker room in Philadelphia, and the leader of that pack in the broken locker room is none other than A.J. Brown.
Yeah, A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown is another Antonio Brown, and I'll stand on my head to say it.
Yeah. Last thing on the Steelers, I'm torn. I've never been of the mentality to get rid of him, but seriously, this season convinced me it's time. I would love for the Steelers to get rid of the entire staff and hire Brian Flores as a head coach or DC. Yeah, I mean, it's wild. All those winning seasons, but none of that matters. Your regular season don't matter because the playoffs are what's the goal.
Can you just bring Bill Cowher back?
Bill Cowher. Boy. Bill Cowher.
You want to talk about a franchise
man.
They have been blessed. Chuck Noll to Bill Cowher to Mike Tomlin.
It's worked out well.
Haven't won a playoff game since 2016. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
You know, I'm wondering if Sean McVay is going to end up being a candidate for any of these teams. I know he's been one of those guys that's been like, most kind of retire young kind of thing. But you know, if the money's right, it might be interesting to see.
Yeah, we'll see. Tony Thomas says Cowboys need to bring back Jimmy Johnson. Apparently, hang on. I knew you were going to do that. I got it. I got it. I got it. I knew I can read your mind, Chris. I got you.
I don't need to have people pointing the fingers one thing or another. You get your rear end in there and you play the way you know how to play. We can win the game. We're going to open it up. We're going to go fast tempo.
Yeah.
Love it. I love
that
his energy.
was probably, and the best thing about it is Michael Strahan. Go ahead, Chris. You're going to say it anyway.
Oh, Michael Strahan at the end of that, when he got down in position, he was ready to go.
I'm ready, coach.
Man, I was ready.
I'm ready, coach.
I'm ready to. Yeah, I was ready to run through a brick wall for him.
Yeah,
why isn't this man coaching?
I wonder, why is Michael Strahan not coaching in the NFL? I think he would be a phenomenal head coach.
No.
You imagine Jimmy Johnson as a head coach and Strahan as his DC?
Jeez, that wouldn't even be fair.
Oh my goodness. TJ says, no cower. Ancient football, no thanks. Love them, but not looking for a blast from the past. Well,
Amy
Alex says NFC
Are you
East
listening?
frauds. Oh, must be the Eagles. Yeah. Yeah, Eagles still have the ball.
Chris put that Mountain up and his whole screen just goes green.
Amy.
Yeah.
Yo,
Jimmy Johnson
James
can
Harrison.
still couch.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Who else is ready? You know who else is ready. That's right.
Apparently Green Bay is
I know, but I don't want to spoil it yet. Everybody wants to talk Green Bay. I don't want to talk Green Bay yet. Let's real quickly run down the rest of these ball games. Yeah, so we saw Saturday, we saw the Texans just destroy the Browns. Now, I know CJ Stroud played the game of his life, and kudos to him for his playoff debut. Rocked it, killed it.
Rookie of the
biggest thing, rookie of the year for sure. The biggest takeaway from this game is the Texans exposed the Browns for what they actually are. And that's a turnover machine. They were the highest team in the NFL, the most turnovers. And that was absolutely what happened. Flacco threw for 307 and two interceptions. It was rough. It was very rough.
The thing with Flacco when he's come back, there's a lot of touchdowns, but his picks they're very high. Which it is what what do you expect from a guy that hasn't really played very much as of late?
Back in groceries 3 months ago.
There you go. So the fact that
I know it's wild.
But the question is, will Flacco be back next year, or do they just go back to Deshaun Watson? I like
great
what
question.
Flacco did.
I think can we say that? I'm going to say this. Deshaun Watson might be one of the biggest busts in the NFL, in my opinion. Champion, national championship winner, had all these accolades, high hopes, everything. Gets the NFL and just bombs.
He did good in Texas.
Yeah, he did good in Texas, but he didn't do anything. Like he had some good games.
He never got the chance. He got cut short because he couldn't keep his pants on.
Correct. Yeah,
and that's a shame. And the fact that
that contributed to him being a bust. Sorry.
Yeah. No, he had all the talent in the world, and he blew it.
Yeah.
And
he reminds me of Todd Marinovich.
He's at a point in his career now where it's either now or never. He may be unemployed in 2 seasons for all we know.
The Browns are a bunch of massage.
Tony Thomas will understand what I'm talking about when I mentioned Todd Marinovich. He was groomed to be a quarterback, and he got to the NFL, and he turned into a cokehead. Never played.
Texas traded. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Texans traded up to 10 to draft Watson.
And at that point, that looked like a phenomenal choice.
It did. It really did.
It worked out well for 2 seasons, 3 seasons, whatever.
Turns out being wacko for Flacco costs you on your 10-team parlay.
Unfortunately.
True, Ryan. Absolutely true.
Now,
I would have taken that parlay with them in it as well, just to be honest.
Yeah.
Now, we're talking about Joe Flacco. Yep. I want to make this abundantly clear. Yes, the DeMar Hamlin story being on an NFL roster this year is amazing. Kudos to that man.
Agreed.
But if anybody other than Joe Flacco wins comeback player of the year, that's a fraudulent award. Period. The end. Joe Flacco by far.
I agree 1,000,000%. My heart goes out to Damar Hamlin. I'm glad that he's able to do what he does. But let's be real. Awards on the NFL are won, most of them, on the field. And the comeback player of the year is won typically on the field. And correct me if I'm wrong here, if they do end up giving this to Damar Hamlin, this will be the first time in history this award's given to somebody who didn't even see the field. I honestly think you are 100% correct. I believe dude was bagging groceries. He wasn't even a blip on the radar, and comes out and gets the Browns in the playoffs. Absolutely 100% my pick for comeback player of the year.
You remember the last quarterback that was bagging groceries before he got called to the NFL?
Who?
He ended up being Hall of Famer, Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
And Kurt Warner. Yep, you're right. But let's not okay. I don't want to focus on the Browns too much because yes, there was a lot of turnovers, but the Texans looked good on both sides of the ball.
So
they looked really good.
You say they look good. Here's what my focus is on coming out of that game. So early in the year, CJ Stroud struggled against cover one defenses.
Yeah.
He absolutely did. He put up his worst numbers against a cover one defense.
Right.
And Cleveland coming in there playing a cover one and having one of the best defenses in the NFL.
Yep.
And CJ Stroud lit that up the way he did. That's significant growth.
Yep.
And his upside is absolutely incredible.
100%. CJ Stroud's numbers that game was 16-21, 274, 3 touchdowns, and a 157.2 quarterback rating. That is wild. That is for a playoff debut. That is one of the highest in NFL history. One of the highest. Yeah. Wow, Chris Mike in background, I know. Via Twitter, Kalen DeBoer has his sights on Kane Womack as the new DC at Bama. Womack is the head coach at South Alabama. So there you go. There you go. I heard new lights.
So much college football news in the coaching circles. Silly season part 2.
I know it. Yeah. Did you see that, Chris? I heard new lights are coming to your house, he says.
Okay. Now, on my mic, I'm gonna get a cover for my mic that has the Vanderbilt logo on it. I'm working on that. And I'm working on some Vanderbilt ear pods.
That'll be nice.
Boy, he's all about Vanderbilt. If you have never watched this show, this man might be the biggest Vanderbilt fan ever in the history of any Vanderbilt ever. Anyway, before we get on Vanderbilt, because everybody has to take a shot if we talk Vanderbilt. And we don't need that right now. So to sum it up, Texans wallop the Browns 45-14. They move on. They will play Baltimore for the divisional round. That'll be an interesting ball game. We'll preview that one Friday. I don't want to get into previews too terribly much, but I think that would be a pretty stout matchup. If Chris loses lights, just give him some of that Christmas tree. He's already got Arkansas Christmas tree lights he can hang up there.
I do.
TJ, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille. Hey, what's up, fellas? Hey, what's up? I bet you that is Michael? I don't know. I never thought. Oh, that's Michael. I never thought I would meet a Vanderbilt fan. Yeah, me neither, Michael.
Just a reminder.
He's a real dude. He's a real dude.
Reminder. Didn't Vanderbilt ladies play Kentucky recently? Can you tell me what happened, Mr. Michael?
Did you see Kentucky ladies today play?
I did not.
They played South Carolina and got beat by like 60.
Okay. All right, next game. Let's move into we saw also Saturday. We saw that I've got okay, wait. Hang on. I need to pull this up. He said mute him.
Hey, before you do that comment from Tony about DeBoer having as on his sites, that is very. There's a lot of weight to that right now. Like it looks like it's probably going to happen.
There's a lot of weight. Yeah.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
So okay. So yes, he was the DC while DeBoer was the OC at Indiana. They were there at the same time, so they're very familiar with each other. And so there's a lot of smoke to that, and I would not be surprised if it happens. That being said, leaving a head coaching job to become a defensive coordinator, that's huge. But with it being Alabama, though,
I agree with that. I agree.
I mean, it boosts your stock for sure.
So, are you trying to say Clark Lee should have left Vanderbilt to go to LSU as a DC?
No, God no.
Jesus,
because I'm very happy with what we got, and respect to Clark Lee's great DC, but very happy with Blake Baker. Okay, I love that picture. That is hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. So Kansas City played in what I'm referring to as Ice Bowl 2. Literally, it was so cold. In fact, that a Canadian. We drove 620 miles from Canada for the warm weather. It was what was it? It was -6 at kickoff. And it got to, I think, -8, and it was like 32 degrees below zero wind chill, and the wind was whipping. It wasn't just a small, slight breeze. I mean, it was cold.
I mean, when the coach has freaking icicles on his mustache, that tells you everything.
Right. Well, that actually is something right here. Andy
and that's not
Reid's
Photoshop.
Mustache. No. That was absolutely this man's mustache on the sideline. I mean, just that is cold. That is a very cold. Yeah, it was 4th coldest game in NFL history. Yeah, it was very, very cold. There's a video. I didn't get the video, but there's a video floating around of at the stadium. Guy goes up to the freezer to get a bottle of water, smart water out, pulls it out from the refrigerator, holds it up, and it just flash freezes instantly.
And how about those beer cans? They'd open them and they would just freeze.
I've got that too if I can find it. Right here. It was the next one. I didn't realize it. Boom. How would you like to pay $20 for a beer in the middle of a football game and it do this?
I mean, so
that would absolutely be terrible.
So there's another takeaway from this game
in the
too.
Freezer, and they would never freeze. So this is amazing to see.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
So you hear the NFL talk all the time about player safety.
Oh yes, I didn't even think about this. Good.
I want to know one thing. You have a quarterback that took a head-to-head shot.
Yep.
He was not made to come out of the game to be checked for concussion protocol.
Mm-hmm.
And beyond that, he was allowed to play 2 plays with a busted helmet.
Yeah, that was weird. And the fact that when they changed the helmet, they didn't call a timeout. Like, what?
And then they stopped the game to let him change his helmet.
Yeah, they did.
What's going on,
well,
don't preach to me about player safety.
Yeah. Yes. TJ, here in just a second. Yes, we would love you too. Let me wrap up the Kansas City game and the Green Bay game. We'll get you on and wrap up.
Can one of y'all send him a link?
Definitely want to do. Yeah, send him a link. I have the backstory on this because the guy for the helmet manufacturer, which is Visus, which makes like Little League helmets and all this kind of stuff. So his phone blew up, and I mean blew up, because he's like, wait a minute, these helmets are not safe for my kids. Like, what are you trying to pull? This is crazy. He said, okay, here's the deal. Number one, did it work? Yes, it worked. Kept him safe. He's not dead. So technically, yes. He said, I don't think that any of your kids are going to be playing in 30 degree below zero wind chill. And that helmet is a plastic polycarbonate molding that when it gets cold, plastic gets really, really, really brittle.
Yeah.
And so that's why it did this. Your
And let's be real.
older helmets that had more that, you know, your older helmets that were not that plastic polycarbonate that they're made out of, you've never seen this ever.
Yeah, and kids aren't going to get hit that hard.
No. Well, that's the second thing he said. Now, is your kid going to take a helmet to helmet from an NFL linebacker? No. So, but apparently the manufacturer reached out to Kansas City to make sure that, you know, this was not something that is going to happen. All the helmets, that kind of thing. And so it just kind of is what it is there. You know what? Let's bring in TJ. He's got some insight. Let's bring him in anyway. I know you're going to talk about the article, but TJ, what are your thoughts on the whole helmet debacle there?
When it's that cold outside, why are you playing? I mean, I'm not trying to be Mr. Soft Guy. I know a lot of people say, stop being a puss. Come on, man. No. When it's negative degrees outside and you see somebody's helmet shatter, that's how you know it's too cold to play. It ain't about tough guy stuff. It's about, look at that. I mean, that's a perfect example why that game never should have been played.
Sure.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. That was a big time risk. If you're making plastic helmets and they're designed to be played in normal temperatures, and you have this happen, that was a bad deal.
You want to jump down
so let's get in the score
with that? Because we can jump down to the what if girl. What if that helmet shatters and some of those pieces goes in somebody's eye?
Good point. Very good point.
You're on the hook right there. You're on the hook. The NFL is on the hook there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Absolutely, 100%. That's a safety concern.
Yes, it absolutely is.
Go ahead, Chris.
Or later on in life, if Mahomes ends up with the mental health disease,
CTE,
I can't think of the name of it. CTE. Can his family point to that hit specifically and say, your helmet failed my guy, you're on the hook?
Yeah.
Mike Singletary played with a busted helmet all the time. Broke 16 helmets.
That's
over
why
his
he was
college
dropping his
career,
pants in the locker room.
Right. That was a rough deal. So let's break down this one real quick, and then we'll get to the creme de la creme. 26-7, Kansas City blows. I mean, they didn't blow them out. The weather didn't allow them to blow them out. But what I don't have the record in front of me, but Miami's record in temperatures below 70 degrees is abysmal. Absolutely abysmal.
Or something like that. It was crazy.
1-11, something like that. Something absolutely insane. And rip this one guy. I don't know if you guys seen if you guys had seen the guy that drove up in a blizzard from Miami in a Jeep all the way up in Miami gear, and he's like, I've never seen snow in my life, but I'm driving for my Dolphins. Rip. That was you drive all the way up there to get shellacked 26-7. Yeah. Yep. I mean, so the Chiefs looked like, to me, go ahead, Chris. What were you gonna say?
I've seen a lot of Tua slander after that game. Let's be real.
Yeah.
If that game is in Miami and in better weather, I don't think he plays like that. I mean, the guy got him into the playoffs. You got to respect that.
Yeah.
They didn't lose because of him. They're just not ready to play in that kind of weather.
I mean, he's from Hawaii. He played in the state of Alabama, and now he plays in Miami. I mean, dude ain't used to the cold. I mean, it is what it is.
And let's be real. How many times does Alabama ever travel outside of the southeastern part of the country to play football?
Exactly.
Rarely.
If they do,
I didn't say
very rarely.
I didn't say it, sir.
I mean, I said it.
I mean, the last time was what?
I said it right here.
What was the last time when the Bears was there? They went to Penn State. I think that might be the last time, and that was early season, so it wasn't even cold.
Yeah. That's what's going to be interesting seeing.
You know,
USC
it is what it
and
is.
UCLA joining the Big Ten.
Oh God, no.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's pause on the NFL for a minute. You wrote. Yeah. So, TJ, tell us about the article that you wrote on the Harbaugh situation. We'd love to hear about it.
I jumped in with a breaking news article. We had a lot of sources who helped out a ton with the information that I got. We had it about a week ago, a little over a week ago, that Jim Harbaugh was going to be interviewing with the I'm sorry, I keep showing my age, Los Angeles Chargers, and and that he was very much interested in taking the job. And whenever that information came out, you know, everybody was trying to jump on it. We got to it first. I'm gonna college football dogs. We did it. I mean, we got to it first. We had the information. We got it out there. I got the article put out that he was doing that. I have another one coming out soon about potential candidates if he ends up taking the job. Today, the Chargers actually tweeted out that they did interview Harbaugh today for this job. We're hearing whispers here and there that it's close to being a done deal. I mean, I know there's other protocol that the Chargers have to go through. There's other things that Harbaugh has to do as well. But yeah, the article that I put out was awesome. It was a great thing that came together for our team at College Football Dogs. I mean, this wasn't just me. I wrote the article, but it wasn't just me. And it was an awesome experience, and it was loaded with a lot of information, and we got it out there. We got it out there fast. We got it out there first. And now I'm loving that it's all coming in and it's all falling into place. I love it. It's great.
Yeah. It's awesome.
So, well, do us a favor, TJ, and tell us exactly where we can find the article. I'm going to let you plug this thing.
Yeah, you can find it at collegefootballdogs.com, DAWGS. You can see it right behind Chris Vandy. That's what our symbol is. That's what our logo is. It's the lead article on our website as of right now, and as of the date that it was released. It is a major news article. Michigan is a major player in college football. Jim Harbaugh is a major name. I mean, it's getting its due justice. It's getting its due for what it's supposed to be, and it's going to be something major. I am of the opinion he's gone. I don't think he wants to deal with the NCAA anymore. I don't think he wants to deal with the restrictions in the NCAA anymore. I think he wants to win that Super Bowl now. He lost that Super Bowl with the Niners against his brother. He was only with the Niners for 4 years. He didn't go back after that. He went to Michigan. Michigan came calling. He said, yep, I want to do that. This year, he finally got the monkey off his back. He won the big game. He won 2 big games, actually, both the Rose Bowl against Alabama and the national championship against Washington. So he has that monkey off his back now. So he wants to jump up into the NFL and saying, hey, if I can do this in college, I can do this in the pros. I've been there before in the pros. If I get the right situation, if I get the right team, I can make it work. And I think that's where he's at right now. And the Chargers have a good team. I mean, they have a damn good quarterback in Justin Herbert. He has his shortcomings. He has his issues, but he is a very good quarterback to begin your program in the NFL, your team in the NFL, your franchise. And I think Jim Harbaugh, if he takes the Chargers job, hit the lottery, to be perfectly honest, compared to all these teams that have coaching vacancies right now. There's 7 of them currently. If Mike Tomlin ends up going, you got the Steelers, which would make 8. So he has his pick of the litter, but I definitely believe the Chargers are the one.
Wow. Yeah, talking to national columnist TJ Chapman. TJ, I know you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I know you're a Tennessee fan. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how, your love for sports and all that kind of good stuff.
Born and raised in Pittsburgh, lived most of my life in Pittsburgh, had a couple years that I lived in Atlanta in my late 20s, mid 20s. Grew up loving Pitt, grew up loving Tennessee. There was times when I was more Tennessee than Pitt. There was times I was more Pitt than Tennessee. About 6-7 years ago, I just decided to hell with Pitt. I wanted to go with Tennessee. And it was right when Tennessee hired Jeremy Pruitt. So I jumped my eggs all back into the basket of Tennessee right as Shiano Gate started. So that was a lot of fun. So it's not like I jumped in on like the hypo bandwagon. I still have a Peyton Manning jersey from 1997 that fits, and I still wear it to this day. So it's not like bandwagon Bobby. It's been around for a while, but I've always always loved sports. I love football. Growing up, I played hockey. I loved ice hockey. Big Pittsburgh Penguins fans. The Steelers cut us down on our double dip today. The Penguins ended up changing the time of their game against the Seattle Kraken. Sidney Crosby pops in 2 goals. We shut out the Kraken 3-0. But Steelers couldn't pull out the second win today. But yeah, I love sports. I love college football. I love writing for College Football Dogs. I love interacting with you guys. You guys are some of my favorite ones. It's just awesome, man.
Well, TJ, we appreciate you saying that and coming in here, and we always it's always an honor, man.
I appreciate you guys having me. I love it. It's an honor for me to be on the boot, man. I finally made the boot.
You finally made the boot. I know this. I can't believe this is the first time we've got you on here. We have to get you on here again.
Absolutely.
So TJ, let me ask you this: if somebody wanted to be a part of College Football Dogs, can you tell everybody how they would do that?
Go to collegefootballdogs.com. There are tweets out from College Football Dogs, and you go to collegefootballdogs.com. We always are advertising for new people, new blood, writers, producers, graphic artists. I mean, we're looking for everything. It's an awesome place to work for, awesome people to work with. As you can tell, the awesome people from Golden Boot, you get to interact with them. It's awesome. You interact with me. I'm not as awesome, but I'll take it. I love to interact with people. One of the things I always said, my show that I used to have 10-yard outs with TJ and Tyler, my man Tyler Baker and me, I always said this, and I truly believe this. I love talking college football with people who love talking college football. It's just something fun for me. I don't get into the heated debates and the arguments and the I hate you and you suck. Why do you suck? Why does my team suck? Because they're your team. I like talking football with people. I like talking college football with people. So yeah, that's just me, man. So you get to interact with a lot of people from College Football Dogs who love to talk college football, who love to write about it, who love to go to these games. We had a lot of people get credentialed for games. Myself, I was credentialed for 2 games this past season. So I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. It's rewarding, and you get to interact with the Golden Boot, man. I mean, that's the golden standard for our website right now. It's the Golden Boot podcast.
The golden standard, he says. Oh my goodness, I love it. That's the truth. That's
my opinion, man. That's my opinion. I truly believe that.
Golly, we're just a group of idiots that like talking football, and we'll quote Pat McAfee. If you watch this show stinks, and the fact that you watch it is just I love that line. That cracks me up every time he says that. Yeah, George McAfee. This show stinks. The fact that you watch it is
it's fucking remarkable.
Oh, yes, it's remarkable. No, you're good. You're fine. TJ, how does tell everyone how they can find you, follow you, that kind of thing.
Yeah, find me on collegefootballdogs.com. You can find me on Facebook, TJ Chapman, on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call him now, at TJC039. I'm on all 3. You catch me on any one of them.
All right. Awesome.
And I'm a partial guest on the Golden Boot.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, TJ, we'll have to get you on again, man. This has been fun.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you coming on.
I'll be on for baseball with you guys.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that.
It's coming.
I'll definitely jump on a couple times for baseball, man.
Okay. We just got to make sure my team in baseball beats your team for the first time in 3 years.
Kiss my ass.
TJ, good to have you, man. We'll holler at you later. All right.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Oh, that was fun. I love it. That was so good.
Yes.
Let's take a quick break, and then we'll wrap up the rest of the NFL here. Because I mean, come on, I gotta be able to gloat a little bit. Gotta gloat just a little bit. Take a quick break. We'll be right back on the Golden Boot Podcast. All right, welcome back. I just had to situate myself in my chair. I was sliding. I want y'all to see that. It's just sliding down underneath my desk. That was weird. All right, so let's wrap this thing up. So Chiefs take the win. Kudos to them.
Okay.
They will take on huh?
You're good. You're good. Go.
Hang on. We got two more games to talk about. Two more games to talk about. Let's talk about okay, let's talk about the Lions. Can you believe that the Lions the Lions top Rams to secure first playoff win since 1991? 91. I was
that.
2. I was 2. Kudos to I mean wow. The Lions have been I knew they were going to be good. I didn't know they were going to be that good.
Yeah.
Now, final score was 24-23. You know, it was pretty remarkable. Realizing this is the first time in history someone has ever sent a text message about the Lions winning a playoff game. Yep.
That's crazy.
91. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have cell phones. It's 100% truth. That is wild, to say the least. You got to give it to the Lions. I mean, I'm an NFC North guy, so there's not it's not hate.
Well,
but
there's a lot of firsts you can put with that.
Man, yeah,
it's the first time anybody's ever made a Facebook post that the Lions have won a football game, a playoff game.
True.
It's the first time.
Very true.
It's the first time anybody's ever made a tweet saying that the Lions won a football game. It's the first time anybody's ever posted a TikTok video of the Lions winning a football. Man,
it's also the first time Matthew Stafford finally brought Detroit a playoff win. I had to. I had to. But it's the truth. It's the first time Matthew Stafford brings them a playoff win.
Now tell me how that makes a guy feel.
I don't know.
They trade away the guy that sacrificed his body for the organization.
Uh-huh.
He goes to the other team. He wins a Super Bowl.
They were
and then he comes. And then he comes back, and the quarterback they traded you for beats you.
Yep.
To kick you out of the playoffs.
Yep.
It was kind of a weird situation there.
It was rough. You had Eminem today begging Stafford, saying, "Hey, you owe me. I rapped for you. You owe me this one." Yeah. So he's like, "Let us have this one." And sure enough, by 1 point, not today, yesterday, by 1 point they took it. So congrats to the Lions. It remains to be seen who will go because it's the winner of this one. The Eagles, and it is 25-9. Tampa Bay leads Philadelphia with 12:46 left in the fourth. Yikes.
Yeah.
That is Nick.
That phone call I got.
Wow. That's rough. So if that lead holds, that means Tampa Bay would be heading to Detroit to face the Lions in the divisional. Go ahead, Chris.
There will be players that lose their positions. There will be coaches that lose jobs.
Yeah.
And you can probably say the Eagles' time at the top is probably done for at least a short while. Because that organization is mortgaged beyond mortgage.
Yeah.
To have won last year and this year.
Yep.
I forgot this one because Buffalo did win today. Taylor Swift checking into the nicest hotel in Buffalo next week.
Speaking of Taylor, did you see that stupid dance they were doing in the box during the game?
Yes.
Let her celebrate. Damn.
Lord mercy.
Let them fans have fun and celebrate.
Well, okay. Speaking of celebrate, it is time. It is time for me, my moment. Okay? me to have my moment, dadgummit.
Cowboy fans left here in the cold after the team was iced out of the playoffs by the Packers, and this was a team that many thought would actually make it to a Super Bowl, but they didn't even show up to play. So many fans say they're disgusted and want change.
I came from there and we lost. Y'all ain't nobody else, man.
Disgusted.
I am upset. You feel me? I am from Virginia. I flew all the way in today to watch this. I'm sad.
Frustrated.
We got another Romo on our hands. Choke like I'm
disappointed.
We need another quarterback, another coach, everything. It don't matter to me. It don't matter.
That's how Cowboys fans felt after watching the team implode once again in the playoffs.
We need help. We need Jesus.
Yeah. Many blaming the coaches.
Mike McCarthy losing at home against the Packers.
Says a lot.
I think legacy gone, man. Like, you won a Super Bowl with the Packers, and then you go take over a new team, and you lose at home against that team.
Without Aaron Rodgers.
You know,
it's embarrassing.
Others, the quarterback.
No more Dak Prescott. ASAP, new quarterback.
Dak, get him out of here. Trey Lance, the next stud. Let's go. Let's go, Rangers.
And many fans demanding change.
12-5, 12-5, 12-5. Who cares when we lose like this to the freaking Packers who shouldn't even be here? It's disgusting. Let's get a real head coach. And if he can't do it for us, let's get a new quarterback. I'm tired.
Fans came from all over and dealt with the cold weather just to watch this mess.
We drove far for no reason.
Fans say they were fed up and freezing.
We're from Florida. We're freezing our off.
I still here since 10, just to freeze, to lose. Not worth it.
There was enough blame to go around as the Cowboys suffered one of the most embarrassing losses in the team's playoff history, and now fans are left disappointed once again. At AT&T Stadium, I'm Rebecca Lopez. Back to you.
Oof. Oof. Oof.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't know what was the high. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm gonna get some fresh air.
Oh my goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Listen. Wait a minute before you talk, because I know you're going to do something. Turnovers, anyone? Mr. Dak Prescott. First off, okay, give me my moment. I'm coming in. I'm coming in hot. Dak, what were you doing? What was that? Why can you not play football in the playoffs? It eludes me how the heck this happens every year. Every year. Like, they haven't won a playoff game since what? Can somebody look that up? I don't even know. But they had, okay, let's run this down. They had they had a top 5 defense in every category. They had the #1 scoring offense in every category across the board. They scored more points in the fourth quarter than any other team in the NFL. What else? They scored more points, average points than anybody. I mean, it blows my mind how they can do so good in the regular season, but the second the pressure's on their shoulders, they crumble like an '89 Ford Taurus with a bad oil leak. Just
damn.
Oof.
I'm picking on the Taurus.
Look, man. It was.
That would have been better if you would have used the '79 Chevy Chevette.
And here's the crazy thing, right? I don't have the picture. Everybody picked Dallas. There was not a person except that may have wanted a little bit of leeway if Green Bay could have won to get up on the picks or whatever you have. Nobody picked Green Bay. Nobody. Except Cody. Cody picked Green Bay. I picked Green Bay. Because I wasn't about to pick against them. And yeah. I know. Now here's the deal.
To single me out.
I might have, because you did say Dallas. You did say Dallas would win. Yeah. I'm not really trying to single you out, but I am at the same time.
When you get done, I'm going to go.
Okay, that's fine. To quote the great Tim Bailey, the Packers were were agonized. This is what he said. They were agonizingly average and should not have been there. Well, Tim, if you're watching, which you're probably not, that's okay. That agonizingly average team just came in and curb stomped the Dallas Cowboys. I don't have like highlights or anything, but to watch that shellacking in real time was a thing of beauty. It was 27-0 with 2 seconds left in the first half. The last play was a penalty bailed out Dallas to give them points before the halftime. And they even got the ball to start the third quarter, and we held them to a field goal on that drive. And then it was over. It was 48-16 with 10 minutes left. No, I'm sorry, 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. At 10 minutes, when it was 42-16, we rested our entire defense with 10 minutes left in the ball game. Somebody, do you not see the beauty of this? Nobody picked this. Nobody expected Green Bay to go into Dallas and shellac them like they did.
No, not at all.
I mean, just ripped them. I'm not done yet. I'm telling you right now, listen.
You've earned this.
I have earned this. Here's what's absolutely nuts. We said CJ Stroud's numbers earlier, right? We did. Jordan Love almost had the exact same numbers. He had the same rating. 16 of 21, 272, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 157.2. Well, when you look at CJ Stroud, his 16 of 21, 274, 3 touchdowns, 157.2. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And number those are 2 quarterbacks. First starts, one rookie, just come in the NFL. One sat behind Aaron Rodgers for 3 years. First career playoff game, and they have near perfect passer rating. And by the way, Aaron Jones, that is glue that holds that Packers team together. They have to have a running game. I'm excited. I know we go play the 49ers. And how much of I'm almost done. How much of a storybook ending would it be for Jordan Love to go into San Francisco and do what Aaron Rodgers couldn't?
Oh my God.
49ers to get in to the NFC Championship.
Okay, real quick. If he does that, can we put to rest this bull crap that Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest of all time?
I can't.
I don't know.
Because he's not greater than Dan Marino. He's not greater than Jim Kelly. He's not greater than those guys. Stop that mess, Packers fans.
Okay. I agree with you to a point. Aaron Rodgers started something that other quarterbacks that are now very successful did, right? There's a lot of quarterbacks in the league, Mahomes, different ones that came up after him that modeled their style, that his style of playing modeled their style to his. So he was a trendsetter. He was the best to play the game as far as at that time. Now, football has evolved. Football has went different. As the older he got, he couldn't play the way he was used to. But regardless of all that, Jordan Love has signs of both Rodgers and Favre, because remember, Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre for 5 years. 4 years. So he modeled his game after Brett Favre. Now, I don't know the statistics, but Green Bay has some kind of weird formula, something for quarterbacks. That is 3 in a row that have looked really, really good. I get this is Jordan's first season, but to come out like he did in his very first season as starting and put up numbers like he did that rival those 2 numbers, it's nothing short of incredible. And not only that, his throws are like his feet aren't on the ground. Like the announcers say this every game. Jordan Love looks like Aaron Rodgers every time he throws the ball. Well, yeah, because that's who he learned under. And Aaron tried to tell everyone, hey, he may look bad now. I'm telling you, kid's special. He's proven it. And another thing, he did another thing that Aaron couldn't do, which is win a regular season Week 17 matchup, because Week 18 was the first year this year. Week 17, Detroit Lions came into Green Bay. Win or go home. What happened? Detroit won. We went home. Chicago came to Green Bay. Week 18, win or go home. Jordan Love sent Chicago packing. So he's already done what Aaron Rodgers couldn't in his later years. I'm overly impressed with this kid. I'm overly impressed with the talent. I'm overly impressed, and I can just see the stock rising. But I'm telling you, if he goes into San Francisco and this team pulls out a victory in San Francisco over the number 1 seed, my God.
If he does that, you're not allowed to come on the show for our special show next week.
That's not fair.
But I don't, because I don't know how much more Jordan Love affair I can take.
I say keep it going. I love it. I love every bit.
Dude. Listen, and here's the craziest thing. I was the biggest pessimist when it came to him. I said, dude, get rid of him.
Coordinator fired.
He's terrible. I did. You are correct, Chris. I will admit that. Go on record, admit that. I wanted his tail end gone. Whatever game. I don't even remember what game it was.
He called a hell of a game last night.
Boy, did he. He's actually called a hell of a game like 3 games in a row. And guys, it's because Green Bay's healthy. Yes. They're now healthy for the first time all year long. This was the first game all year that all 16 of their playmakers played, including Christian Watson. Like, he didn't do much.
They still gave up 32 points.
Stop. It was 48-16. We had all of our it does count, Chris. We had all of our starters rested.
They gave up 32 points.
That's called garbage points in the NFL. If you didn't know, that's called garbage points. Anybody who says anything, that's garbage.
If you don't want them to count the last 2 touchdowns, don't play the quarter.
I mean,
I have some trivia for you guys.
Go for it.
What do these 5 names have in common, or will have in common shortly? Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, and Baker Mayfield.
They all beat the Eagles in the playoffs?
Interceptions?
No. They are the only quarterbacks in NFL history with playoff victories with 2 different teams.
Wow.
How insane is that?
Yeah, he's right. Because Brett Favre, Green Bay and Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady was New England and Tampa Bay.
Yep.
And what were the other ones?
Peyton Manning. He was Denver and the Colts.
Peyton Manning was Broncos and Colts.
Joe Montana, 49ers and the Chiefs.
True.
Is that just modern era, or did somebody actually go back and look at the 40s, 50s, and 60s on that?
I don't know.
Your guess is good. Mine on that one.
Mike Germany says Green Bay and
that's what I
Detroit
got a phone
NFC
call
Championship.
about when
Well, that'd
TJ
be
was
great.
on.
That'd be
So
great.
Tim Bailey called me when TJ was on, and he was like, "Hey, can you make me?" He didn't realize we were on right now, and I was like, "He's like, hey man, what you doing?" I was like,
"Of course not. Of course not. Of course not.
We're just doing the show right now." He's like, "Oh, my bad. I didn't realize it." I was like, "It's all good." He's like, "Man,
really?
Wait a minute. He's like, "Can you make me grab?" I was like, "I got you, man. It ain't no big deal. I got you."
So
yeah,
Mike, that can't happen. That cannot happen.
Yeah, it can.
That'll ruin the NFL conspiracy on the Super Bowl colors.
Oh yeah, I know. I saw.
There you go. I'm not gonna lie though, if either the Packers or the Lions make the Super Bowl this year, I'd be a very happy person. I definitely would prefer the Packers just because I feel like it's an awesome story.
Go Lions.
I have no dislike for the Lions.
Go
but
fly a kite, bro. What
I
do
thought
you
you were
mean?
about
Go
to say something
Lions.
else. I thought you were about to say something else.
I've seen the Packers win the Super Bowl. I don't need to see it again.
I mean, yeah. Well, yeah, but it's just the story. I don't know. It's
the bigger story is Detroit winning the Super Bowl.
Yes, overall, yes.
With a quarterback that was thrown away.
Yeah.
And beating the team that they threw the quarterback away for.
I don't know. Is that the biggest story? Because the youngest team in the NFL with first and second year starters to go in and beat veterans to get in the Super Bowl. That would be a pretty remarkable story.
It'd be a good troll job on Aaron Rodgers for sure.
First time ever winning a Super Bowl. You did it with a quarterback that was thrown away.
I knew it. Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge story.
Yeah.
George, you're loving this love.
It's I love it. I love it. I'm so glad that we have so many Packers fan and college football dogs. It's not even funny. Alex, if you're still watching, AJ from Big Ten Backers, he's a Packers fan. Alex from Buckeye Bros, I couldn't think of the name of it, is also a Packers fan, and Mike Germany.
Alex Carrick, the new Minnesota.
Yeah, I was talking to Alex. Yeah, I was talking to Alex. I was saying if you're still watching, that's the thing. So, so let's. I'm going to tell you this: 48-32 is the final score. Just amazing. Jordan Love, 16-21, 272, 3 touchdowns. I said that already. Aaron Jones, 21 carries, 118 yards, and 3 touchdowns himself. His record in Dallas is astounding. He's from Texas, so he gets quite a bit of family to come. Man, he plays really good in Dallas. That was very surprising. Dak Prescott, it looked like he forgot how to throw football. He was 41-60, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions in crucial moments. Threw a pick to Jair Alexander, like backed up on his own 8-yard line, and then a pick 6 right before the half to I don't remember who he threw it to, but yeah, that was going through the big D, and I do mean Dallas. Yeah.
What did Jair
Jerry Jones
the second interception?
It was Jair that got the first. It was Darnell Savage got the second.
Okay, yeah.
Jair got the first. That was the one that was close to the end zone.
Did you see where Jair popped up on that news interview randomly and just like popped in? That was hilarious.
Did you see earlier this year when?
Oh, I got to know
earlier when earlier this year when Jair Alexander said something stupid and George wanted him kicked off his football team.
I did not. No. I did not want him kicked off my football team. Excuse me? I didn't say that. Roll the clip. I didn't say that. I did not say that. No.
I do remember him saying something stupid.
He got suspended for no, it wasn't saying something stupid. He went out on the coin toss when he wasn't supposed to. He got suspended for that. That's what it was. But no, I don't want to go a football team. I thought it was a bonehead move.
So here's the joke. What do Cowboys and Lions have in common? They choke.
Dang. Ugh. Ugh.
We are a
In the
family-friendly
playoffs,
show,
yes, they do.
sir.
We are. Yeah. Yeah. Really. But let me have my moment, man. This is great. And look,
You've had your moment
people are
for
gonna
10
think,
minutes.
I know people are gonna think that I'm like gonna be devastated if Green Bay loses San Francisco. I'm not. They should have not have been in this situation to begin with. So
I've already got your mental health appointment scheduled.
it's all right. I don't care. Just it's great to be a Packers fan. All right. NFL, we will revisit later this week because there'll be some games that are coming up. Real quick though, Chris, you've got this here.
Yeah,
let's talk about this.
Do you want to take a break before we go to college basketball real quick? Hear from Bones Coffee, and then we'll do some college basketball.
Why, you need to compose yourself? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. Let's hear from Bones Coffee.
I don't have that. Let's hear from College Football Dogs. Let's do that.
On the College Football Dogs website, you'll find a main page that features some of our biggest and newest stories. Our conference pages for content related to your favorite team's conference. Our team store, where we have products that are available all year long, as well as gear available for a limited time only. Our podcast page, where you can see when one of the 12 plus College Football Dogs podcasts is streaming live on social media. Our subscription page, where you can join our Discord. If you're interested in becoming a contributor at College Football Dogs, email us at info@collegefootballdogs.com. If you enjoy any College Football Dogs content, we really do appreciate any donations you can make by visiting the donate page on our website or scanning the QR code here.
College Football Dogs, for the fans.
Okay. Well, we're back on the Golden Boot podcast. Weird. I don't know what that was. That was a great voiceover. Go ahead, Chris. Let's talk some basketball.
Okay. So what you have here is all 14 SEC teams.
Mm-hmm.
And this is their current standing in the net. And the net is a huge factor when it comes to picking the 64-team tournament. So looking at this, it looks like the SEC is probably going to get maybe 9 teams in, possibly.
At this point.
At this point, yeah. I think there's room for some of these teams to move up. I think Georgia, Ole Miss, South Carolina, I think they could move up some more.
Definitely Georgia, yes. Because they've been
but it's very interesting. Missouri is full of fifth-year seniors and transfers. They're terrible this year. And for me, the biggest disappointment is down there in last place. Very stacked house, you need to have your butt fired.
Yeah, 5 wins ain't doing it. That's for sure.
No. But that's the current net ratings for all of the SEC teams. Give Kenny some love. His Auburn Crimson, his Auburn Tigers
Crimson Tide.
yeah. You know I got to mess with him.
Oh my goodness.
Auburn's up here, number 8 in the net.
Yeah,
I do believe they're ranked. We'll get to that in just a minute.
Yeah, I think so too.
I actually follow this a Southern basketball group on Twitter called Hoops Southbound.
Mm-hmm.
And they put out their weekly power ratings for the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be very similar.
Oh, yeah.
So the big change, the big difference in this is Mississippi State down here at 9, Ole Miss at 7, and in the net they're kind of reversed.
Yeah.
And Georgia up here at 6. The bottom 4. Sorry, George.
Rest in peace, my Hogs. I don't know what is happening in Fayetteville.
All of us suck. What are you talking about?
So,
I don't know
question
what
for
it
you,
is.
George. If they can't find any guard play to finish out the season, does Muss survive a season like this where they were projected to be a top 10 team?
Yeah, he survives. He's not going anywhere. Who are they going to get? He's not going anywhere. One bad year after taking him 3 years in the row deep in the tournament? No, he survives. There's no way. No way.
I wasn't sure how things felt in Arkansas.
I mean, they're mad. They're mad, but people are just like, well, on to baseball season. So, but I don't know. I think they just think he made a mistake, didn't get the right players in, didn't get them meshed. But who knows? It's Muss. He may pull a rabbit out of his hat, and they may be the hottest team in the country come time for tournament. I mean, you just don't know.
That's true.
Because Muss is, and people say, well, I don't know. I don't know about his coaching. I think it was just the players he drafted. Bull. I've seen this man pull out victories he shouldn't even close to pulling out. And it's because he is one heck of a basketball coach.
Beat Duke.
Beat Duke, beat Auburn when they were at number 1 in Bud Walton. We beat Kansas. We beat Gonzaga. I mean, come on. You can't have a bad coach and do that. You can't. Right. There's no way to do that. Coaching and players go hand in hand. You have bad coaching that can't call plays, you ain't winning those ball games. So he's got a lot to figure out. Something is wrong. Something is not right. Trevor Brazile hasn't been playing well at all. He was looking like a superstar, top draft pick, and then all of a sudden fell off like the last leaf of the tree in fall. It's just weird. He can't pass. He can't run. Really, I mean, one of the passes he made in the Georgia game, Florida game, was so bad it looked like Abby, my 9-year-old, did it. He caught the ball midair, turned around, and just heaved it, and it looked like a lame duck, and like went nobody even touched it. There's nobody over there, and they pick it up as a turnover. I was like, dude, what is going on? Something is way wrong. And it's not just him. Devo Davis has played like junk. Oddly enough, when they put Pinion in, it seems that he's the one that knows the offense the most, the plays the most, and kind of rallies the team together. And then Pinion goes back to the bench. They start looking worse. I don't know. It's a bad combination.
Right.
So he's got a lot to figure out. I'm confident that he'll have this team rolling through all cylinders. I just don't know if it's going to be in time, if there's going to be enough time. And that's the problem. Is realistically, I mean, you could lose probably 5 to 8 more games realistically to have any kind of a chance. You lose more than that, you're grasping for straws. Yeah. So I don't know. It's rough. But if anybody can figure out, it's going to be Eric Musselman. So
agreed.
So I do think there are a couple teams on here that are going to move up as the season progresses.
Yep.
You got number 4, you got Tennessee rated at 4th here.
Yeah.
I actually think they might be the best team in the league. Obviously, Kentucky's good.
Yeah.
Texas A&M is good. They just beat Kentucky. So I think at the top there's going to be a lot of movement. I think the bottom is pretty well solidified.
The Texas A&M team, though, is weird to me. How are you going to lose to LSU and then go on and beat Kentucky like that? Like,
yeah.
Okay, Kentucky. I'm gonna say this. If Michael, if you're watching, Kentucky's number 3. they are not invincible. They have holes all over that team, and they have gotten exposed a few times, and they better shore that up quick because I'm telling you right now, Kentucky is looking suspect in many different areas. TJ, what? Vandy said Tennessee is the best in the league. Yeah, Tennessee has been playing some really good ball.
And
someone clipped that comment. That's true.
And you can clip this too. The freshman of the year in the SEC will be Dalton Connect from Tennessee, the great white hope. That kid can flat out ball.
Wow. Yeah. And Auburn. I mean, you got to give it to Auburn. Auburn's been playing really good ball. Alabama's been playing good ball as well. I think Alabama has been shaky, and there's been some head scratchers for sure.
Yeah.
But the biggest surprise, honestly, is Georgia. Georgia came out of nowhere.
Yes.
And Georgia looks good. I know we lost to them by 10 in Georgia. But I was very impressed with the Bulldogs.
Well, it's because their student section down. They put them in the lower level, and it's loud now, and it's working out very good for them.
It is loud.
Too.
Yes.
Do what?
And they can shoot too.
They can. Yes, they can.
If they don't go ice cold in the last 2 minutes, they probably would have beat Tennessee.
Oh, absolutely. That was a great game too.
It really was. And Texas A&M, I mean, old Buzzy, he's got him running again. So we'll see. I think this will be switched up quite a bit as the year goes on. As they start playing each other, we'll start seeing some shakeups here for sure. I
will say this on Auburn. I think I mentioned it in a group chat earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They've played one ranked team.
Yep.
And they lost. They've had a very easy schedule to date. So some of their numbers that they're putting up are a little bit skewed.
Yeah.
But the interesting part on them, while they're scoring what they are, their shot selection is ranked 10th in the SEC. They don't take good shots. No. It's really weird, the dynamic of Auburn.
Yeah, and that game that we just got shellacked in Bud Walton, worst loss in Bud Walton history. For some reason, Arkansas just couldn't find a basket.
Yeah.
Anything we put up, would not go in. And Auburn was taking horrible shots that were going in. So I know I'm not saying that, we would have won the game or whatever, but I think the points don't tell the story of that game much. It was not. It was the shooting that really, really helped Auburn, and I think you're right. They beat one. They had played one ranked team and lost. It remains to be seen, but that's the SEC basketball in a nutshell. Week 11 power rankings. It's pretty interesting. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. And of course, we got this week's top 25. Are there any surprises here for you?
UConn, man. It's been so long since they've been number one. It's awesome to see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, didn't they just win a national championship?
I know,
well,
but
AP-wise, though, they have not been ranked number one in 7, 8 years?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. It's crazy. Okay. It's amazing to see. But no, of the teams that surprised me, honestly, I mean, it hadn't changed much. I guess Dayton's really the only big change from the last rankings. But no, Memphis staying strong at number 10. They just can't be beat right now. They're playing some very good basketball, and I love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, who's the best basketball team in the state of Tennessee?
I mean, Vanderbilt gave Memphis all they could handle.
They did. But to be fair, in that game, Vanderbilt played very good in that game.
Does Tennessee play Memphis at all this year?
They normally do.
They don't this year.
Huh. Oh, wow. That'd be a good matchup. But, hey.
JQ
is what it is. JQ is in the building. About freaking time.
Here's one that's interesting for me. Ole Miss.
You missed my tirade on that, but you'll have to go back because it was about 10 minutes long, and I had my moment. Yeah, go Pack, go. How about them Cowboys? Exactly. Go ahead, Chris.
Ole Miss at 22. If you see them in the power rankings and the net rankings,
yeah,
and then you look at the top 25, they're sitting here at 22.
Yeah, Ole Miss had
that's kind of weird.
They just had a very, to me anyway, and Randy Jowers kind of called on it, but I said Ole Miss just had a kind of a basic schedule. Yeah, they had like one good win leading up to conference play, and then they get shellacked. So I'm not sold on Ole Miss. Kudos to them for getting ranked, but we'll see.
And I'm not sold that they're a great team. Yeah. But those one-off losses like that, Auburn over Arkansas, what happened to Ole Miss in game 1, just a reminder. The team that finished 4th in the SEC last year lost their second game in SEC play last year by 60 points. And they still came back and finished 4th in the league.
Yeah, right.
So those one-off games like that, I don't put a lot of stock into them.
Yeah.
So
I tend to agree with that. Before we started this show tonight, we were like, "What the heck are we talking about? What's going on? What can we talk about?" Turns out we had a lot to talk about. Didn't even know it.
We're not even done yet.
Oh, no.
No, we're not. Go ahead.
Oh, we're close. We are close. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
We're close. Our last and final segment. What is it, Chris? Go ahead.
We have a special announcement to make.
Yes, we do.
Hey, what's that blinking?
It's 1 month away, but I think we need to announce this.
Yes,
we do.
So back in the fall, we had a special guest on named Cam Hamsley. He's the head coach of the Rome State baseball program. It's a JUCO. He came on our program and was gracious enough to give us an interview. He is returning to the Golden Boot on Monday, January 22nd. So we're going to pick his brain a little bit on what it's like for a college baseball coach preparing for a new season.
Absolutely.
And get caught up on the Rome State program, what his expectations are for the year. And we're going to start transitioning to baseball a little bit because I think we had a blinking message earlier.
We did.
We are 1 month away from first pitch.
1 month away from it. It is currently 4 degrees at my house, and we are 1 month away from first pitch.
That's got me so excited.
Oof. Man. It's crazy.
Because what little do people know about us, and this is something I can share, is I have not missed an LSU baseball game in years. And I mean years. I watch every game, midweek, weekend series. I watch every pitch. I don't miss it. When my daughter was recently born, that was the first time I had to miss going to the Hoover Met for the SEC tournament since it's been in Alabama, which is the mid-90s. And that being said, though, she may have been born, but I definitely had my iPad up with the game on the entire time I was sitting in that room.
I watched the Razorback football game when Abby was being born. So,
but to be fair, her birth was not during the game, so we were already up in our room. But the game was starting as we were transitioning from the birth room to our actual room. So I definitely had my iPad like this and just walking and watching it while I was carrying bags and we were getting where we're going. So because brand.
Abby's mom was in labor while I was watching the Razorback game. So 6 1 away, half a dozen the over, took nearly 40 hours in labor. I had to do something. I was like, hey, Arkansas is playing Ole Miss.
We might have
that game where we won 17-0. Go ahead.
We might have a problem going forward.
Going forward?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cody has a rule that he will not do a podcast during an LSU baseball game.
Yeah.
That is very true. I will not. That is 100% a rule.
What are we going to do on Friday nights?
I don't know. I guess you'll have to see my both me and this guy's radio faces. I guess it is what it is. So,
but then
Cody will be here in spirit.
Well, most games for LSU on Friday nights usually start at between 6 and 6:30, and we go 8:30. So I mean, realistically, our games end about 9:30. So I'll pop in, but
right.
I
mean, you know,
you're
well,
outvoted
that's exciting
2-1.
stuff.
You'll be here to start.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
Hey,
all right. Well, I
Maybe.
think maybe TJ, maybe that's good.
Well,
I
Coach
appreciate
Jody
the
on
offer.
for sure. Which, by the way, we're due for Coach Jody here soon. I'm just
Yes, we are. Well, he has popped in a few times, but it's getting closer now where Coach Jody's gonna be like, "Hey, is it baseball yet?" Coach Jody Robinson will join us. Will join us for sure.
And
go ahead.
And he's a college. He's a College World Series winning coach.
Exactly.
Yes, he is.
That is a friend of the show.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Well, I think we've talked about everything that needs to be talked about. Final thoughts, gentlemen, about anything. Chris, you go first.
Okay, let me do a rant here. Okay. It's been a minute since I talked about this subject.
Okay.
Guys, gals, if you're listening and you have mental health problems, go get help. If you're suffering from depression or have had thoughts of suicide or anything of that nature, please reach out to somebody.
Yeah.
My box is open. Cody's is open. George's is open. If you need somebody to talk to, reach out to one of us. We'll talk to you. If you can't, we will point you in the right direction to get help.
Yep.
Please, everybody, you know, the cold weather, the snow, the dreary days, you get it. Your mental health is important. Take care of it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Cody, final thoughts?
Yeah, so everything's getting to the end in football. It's getting sad for me, to be honest, in a way, because I've been really invested this year with the whole this drama in the off season. I did get some clarification about 20 minutes ago that Brian Kelly will be a target for Michigan, but it ain't gonna happen. But my going away message is I hope everybody stays safe in this ice that's coming or whatever it's going to end up being. And go, Pat, go.
I love it. JQ, is Mike Tomlin on the hot seat? Yes. We talked about
after
that.
today's press conference, yes, he is.
After today's press conference, absolutely, we believe so. It remains to be seen if he's going to or not. Be on the lookout, ladies and gentlemen, because I expect a decision very soon from San Diego on who the head coach is going to be. Our money is going to be it's Jim Harbaugh. There could be some breaking news coming pretty quick, so watch your favorite sports. We will break it on our Facebook page. And by the way, everyone watching, thank you so much. If you haven't already, please like and share this broadcast. Follow us on all of our pages: Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, wherever else you can find us. Twitter. I can't talk tonight. I'm getting choked up. You guys are making me so emotional. But just it always helps us, and we do break news as soon as we hear it. I will share it to the Facebook page. I will share it to the Twitter feed. So let us be your stop for news, and you hear it first right here on the Go Boot podcast. Tune in Friday night, 8:30 Central. We'll break down preview these upcoming NFL playoff divisional round games. Going to be fun, going to be good, and we'll have some fun along the way. Appreciate you guys. Yes, I know my children are screaming. Gotcha. We're getting out of here. Sarah jumped in. Appreciate it very much. Stay safe, everybody. Stay golden. We'll see you next time. Take care.